smallest rooms in the world, basically sat on Gavin Rossdale's knee. Hello.
Hi Chelsea, how are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm good. I was just thinking about the room I grew up in is the size of this room, just different configurations, just a little bit longer for the bed. And when I showed my kids, they couldn't even understand what it was.
Yeah, they're like, is this a toy room or what is this? So basically, this must be bizarre for you because over in America, you probably can't go anywhere really, and then obviously over here, you get a bit more freedom. How are you finding that? Are you enjoying it or?
I'm losing my freedom.
Yeah, I bet
You
you
know,
are.
the voice is changing stuff, so I don't know. I'm fine in America. I just have my lane that I live in. I think the world is so massive that everyone just sort of lives with blinkers on, sees what they want, sees what they see, and so I don't really feel that anything other than a working musician.
So has it been nice though? As you say, your freedom is definitely disappearing. But was it nice, the initial 2 weeks maybe? Maybe you got a fortnight of freedom. Was that nice?
I really like when people like the work that we do as a band, and if they see me on The Voice, then they think that I'm being, helpful, which people feel. So no, it's all positive. It's all good.
Okay, so obviously let's talk about your band. Let's talk about it. Exciting stuff. So you've released is this your 7th album, am I right?
Yeah, 7th Bush album, ninth record that I've made, and yeah, I'm really excited for it to be out and everything like that.
So we're promoting Mad Love. So have you got Mad Love?
I've got the idea of it because I'm a pure romantic, a Scorpio romantic. It's a crazy combination of romance and heat. So yeah, I have plenty of mad love.
Do you believe in star signs?
Well, I don't really know that much about star signs, but the weird thing about it is that when you meet other people of your sign, you can find similarities. Or what I find is that I have a lot of really good friends who are Aries or Geminis or Virgos.
Or Leos.
So I get a lot of that.
Leos,
Leos,
you get all the Leos.
Very much so, very much so.
Scorpios have a sting in their tail. So are you capable? We haven't seen it actually on The Voice. I think you've been quite nice and placid. But are you capable of having a sting in your tail?
Yeah, I just think in the situation of The Voice, people are on there. This is the biggest moment to date in their lives, to be on national television, doing what they love. And so all I ever do, no matter what I think, is I just take the positives of it. And I'm not there to criticize people or make people feel bad. That would be uncool.
How do you feel about, basically, as you say, this is their dream on The Voice, you're mentoring them. Do you feel that maybe you've got a little bit of an obligation to let them know that the industry isn't always great?
Yeah, of course I do. For instance, I did a couple of days of interviews with my team, and there was this one person from one of the Sunday papers who just was like 5 questions, one really acerbic, difficult question, 3 nice questions, a really mean question, and I was used to it. How I found it personally traumatizing because I found it a bit humiliating in front of my team. I was like, I'm meant to be in a point of authority for them. Why you got to be attacking me? And then I realized I had this eureka moment that it was actually really useful because they could see that it's not always what it's made up to be. Every interview you do, apart from this one, Chelsea, people are trying to trip you up. People trying to get you to say something sensational so that you can take things out of context, and you come across like you didn't. If you get taken out of context, you're not being understood, and people misunderstand you. So I thought it was really useful then to see that there's that side of it, and then there's all the waiting around, and then there's all the preparation and the hard work that we make them do, because it can't always be fun. It's got to be preparation, which isn't always fun. But they don't seem to care. They just love it. And I have Max and Truly, and I think they're both incredible.
I think they're both incredible. And can I just say the name Truly? Is that not already a star's name? I know you can't be biased because Max is also great, but Truly, I mean, come on, that's a fantastic name, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that the Max is by far the best front man I've ever seen on that show, or certainly on this season, because that's the show I know the most. And Truly is is really a complete superstar. And I feel that because it's how she sings, how she looks, how she is on stage, and most important of all is how she is off stage. When you meet her and talk to her, she has that star power.
Right, okay. So if you were to predict who's going to win, who would you say?
I would say that the 4 people in the final should be Max, Truly, Mo, and Jamie.
Okay, I like that. Your 2 have stayed in. High five, obviously. You've got.
And I also tried to get Max and I tried to get Mo and Jamie, and into the Ark and Craig. So I've got a good few people that I turned for, and then Tom won out. Tom beat me. He got Craig, and I had to get Truly.
Now, Tom, really working alongside Tom, he really is a legend, isn't he? Have you learned anything from being, because obviously in the industry you're always learning, no matter how old you are, how much experience you've got, and obviously for you to be sat beside Tom, has he given you, I think he would be quite a profound person, but I could be wrong. Does he turn around and give you life advice and then just walk on, or have I just completely made that up in my little fantasy world?
Well, obviously, you just learn from everyone all the time. I learn from the contestants all the time. You know, when you analyse things, you break down what it is, what your job is, and you deconstruct it to help them. You suddenly see the little areas of rust in your job, and this could do with a paint, a coat of paint here and stuff. So I'm always learning from everyone. But what I'm getting from Tom the most, it's not like he sits down and is condescending, says, you know, if I were you, I would do this.
Yeah.
It's much more the way that he carries himself. He can, you know, is that he could take over any room. I mean, talk about star power. This man is pure, like high wattage, like max speed star power. But the most gracious thing about him is how he'll share. You know, I've been for dinner with him a few times, with his family and with his management, you know, stuff. And he never hogs the table. I've been at a few dinners with people that are really mega famous, and they get a bit boorish because they just make it all about them.
Yeah.
They keep talking. They're not interested in you.
No.
And the difference between them and what I've found with Tom and being around Tom is he is interested in you, and he does want you to tell a story. And then he'll come in and he'll smash whatever you just said to smithereens, to say something about Frank or Elvis or something like that. But he's not boorish, and that's what I love about him. He's pure class.
He's not boorish.
Is that?
It's not even a word, I don't think, but I absolutely love it. No, it is.
Isn't
I
it?
think it is. We'll go with it. Not boorish. That's just brilliant.
But is that a word? Probably. I just mean that he doesn't. He's just not. He doesn't take over.
Stay with boorish. I like that.
Okay.
Now, in between all of this, you're a father, which is hard work. Like, it's really hard work. So, are you presumably, you're laughing like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. You've got your hands full as well with 3 lads, and of course you've got a daughter as well. So, tell me about what you've learned being a dad, but also juggling that with work, because it's difficult, and there might be some guys listening now that are trying to do the same. A lot of guilt probably comes in, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, it's really is. I just see them as improved versions of myself.
Okay, that's
so
cute.
What I'm trying to do is I got to be careful not to give them too much advice, in the sense that, you know, they're 8 and 10 and 3, so it can't be like rational with them, like, you know, you got to think this through. Everything that you do has consequences. Like, I'm 8, I don't know anything.
I just want to play, leave me alone.
Yeah. So I think the main thing is the most powerful thing you can be with your children is present, and they spell love Time. And so for me, it's just about doing the mundane things as well as the sort of, you know, it's not just about taking them down a whitewater raft.
Yeah.
It's about driving them to school and listening to the radio really loud, or driving them to school and not saying anything, and just being there like solid for them. So I learn a lot from them, because it's like I can play to, you know, play one night, I can, you know, play to 15,000 people and feel like the king of the world, and then I come off stage and I'm just the juice getter.
Yeah.
Just, Dad, can you get me? Of course I can. You know, what do you need? Because they come on the road with me too. So in the summer, they love living on the bus, and we live like, you know, funky nomads. You know, we travel around different city every day, and just trying to do fun things. They all have torches, jobs, and they wander around, and they love it. It's great fun.
Like little site managers. I love that. What would you do if one of them turned around and said, look, Dad, you know, I'm going to go down a rock and roll path? What would you say?
I'd say, why would it be so... That's like the worst idea you could ever have. Like, because the chance of being successful is such a painful road of rejection for most of us most of the time. So I think they'd be nuts. But having said that, it's just about their passion. I mean, you know, people just... I'm so lucky, because my job and what I do is what I love. Like, I love doing the voice. I love making records. I love being on tour. So as long as they were to do something that they loved, because how soul destroying is it that your time, your hours at work is where your passion is quelled or your passion is put to one side. If you can go to work and be really involved in what you do and love what you do, and you're a cool person, that's me being a successful parent.
Well, they say if you do what you love, then you'll never work a day in your life, and that's so true, isn't it?
Absolutely. Although, after 5 shows in a row, it can start to feel a little bit like work, but not when you go out there and you hear the crowd and everything like that. So yeah, so it's just about their habits. I think nowadays the problem is that, when I was growing up, I just had a football to play with. Yeah. That was it. And now it's just like they just have, they have drones and video games and PlayStations and PS4, whatever. They have everything. And sometimes I wonder if it's just too much. If they could have less, we might get more out of it. But I'm just learning as I go.
Yeah, well, that's all you can do. We can all just learn as we go. So, Mad Love, people can get that now, can't they?
Yeah, Mad Love. I was really happy when I wrote that song because I thought it's the first song I ever wrote that legitimately should be on a jukebox in a pub.
Definitely.
So people have had that sort of like bit of a tough day or bit of an argument with a significant other, but then they, 1.5 drinks in, you're like, actually, and then you make up. And I just wanted that idea of people, because there's nothing better than making up with someone you love.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't. There's always good sides to that, I suppose. So, Mad Love, people can get now. You're going to be touring as well. Do you know the dates that you're going to be?
No, but I just got a whole list through. I think it starts sometime in September. So, people ask me, because obviously I've had such a great time on The Voice, such a great reaction on my Twitter for people speaking to me. And the one thing that has been picked up on is like, well, yeah, but look, it's got like 1 day in London and then look, 4 weeks in America. I thought you loved us. And I'm like, no, it's in the works. And so I just looked at something today. I think it's September. And we plan to do a lot, so it's going to be really fun. I don't want people to get sick of us, but I think it'd be fun to get around and for people to get to really know us as Bush, as they deserve to see us.
I honestly don't think people will get sick, and I think you are probably now in a sticky situation because you are going to be torn. If we could cut you in half, that would probably work, because we do get quite jealous here in the UK. If you're over in the States doing that, then you're probably going to get grief, like you say on Twitter.
I think it's just about I have enough love, time and energy for both.
Okay, I like that. Well, I would personally like to thank you, because I watch The Voice and I think you bring solidarity to it. I really do. I think you are the calm, particularly with J Hood. She's all crazy, and then you've got Tom, and I do feel that you are the calm and influence, but I think that you speak a lot of sense. So I want to thank you for bringing that element and bringing through some different talent as well, because of Bush and everything else.
Right.
I do think that different talent has come through this year because of you on the panel. Do you think that?
I hope so. It'd be a weird perspective to kind of analyse myself as much as with your kind words. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I can't think of myself like that. I just wanted to make sure that I was myself, because that, then you're not selling out in any kind of way. I'm not trying to be anyone I'm not. Yeah. I really am myself, and it's been really good. I think that Will is is a fantastic character on there. Jennifer is just amazing. The energy that she has, it's contagious. And Tom, of course, is just Tom, and he's just incredible. And so just being myself, they sent me all the footage of all the loads of coaches before me.
Yeah.
So I get a idea of it. And I just was like, I pay a lot of attention to everything that I'm asked to do, but I was just like, press delete right away. It's like, why would I want to watch someone being themselves? I just got to be myself. So I'm glad it's working.
No, definitely. And when you did Under Pressure, I think it was the best one that the judges have ever done. And I'm not saying that because you're here, because I'm really honest. I just wouldn't say anything at all.
Right.
I'd just move on. I just wouldn't say anything. So thank you for giving the UK your time. Thank you for your band, The Bush. Thank you for bringing it over, Bush, because really it's brilliant stuff. I've just been introduced to it. I've been listening to some of the stuff, and I think it's cool. I like that. And thanks for being on The Voice, and mainly thanks for just being you, I guess.
Thank you. That's the sweetest thing. Thank you so much, Chelsea.
No, thank you, Gavin. Thank you. Bye. Yay!
That was so sweet.
We're done.
And we went live on both.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still doing it? Oh no, when it's still doing it, it's fine.
Stop it.
You don't. Fine, look, it's fine. Thanks, everyone. That was fun, right? We did an impromptu. It's Chelsea.
Yay!
We're keeping it real. Look, see, I love all the Periscope things.
Let's have a
You see
look.
that?
Hey! Yay! Hi. You got to see loads of people love
You
you.
need to tell them how small this area
Yeah,
is.
it's so
Sarah
small.
did it. Sarah shot it. What? She's worried.
This box is so small. It's like the tiniest. I feel
Small but powerful.
Yeah, very
Small but
powerful.
Corner.
But yeah. So anyway, well, let me see one thing. Is we love Gavin from Vegas.
Speak to us, Gavin.
Boorish is a word. Boorish is a word. Yes. You see.
Say hi, Sandra in Chicago.
Say hi, Sandra. So anyway,
Great job.
we're out of here. We're in Manchester, so I thought you might enjoy that. Peace out. Lots of love.